Hello Oracles! Will Tesla stock continue its breakout or will we break down? Today we have the Fed coming out giving us interest rate hikes. We are looking at most likely a 75 basis point hike, which may be priced into the market. So if we get this and we follow trends that we have seen all year long, we may sell off when we get the 75 basis point hike release news, and then when Jerome Powell comes out, we might end up seeing the stock market rally. We will see if that plays out today. If the Fed does come out today and say that they're going to be doing a 50 basis point hike, we may see a really nice rally to close out this week, and who knows how long that will last for. So this is what we are looking for today. That is going to be the big news to pay attention to. So tonight I will have my son, so I will probably have a video much later tonight, but I will go over and address that with you guys. So I'll try to get something out for you to go over what we had seen over the course of the day today. So other news that we have coming out that could affect the market on a global level is, sounds like there's a lot of tensions that are going on in different areas. Things like imminent attacks coming from Iran. We've got North Korea shooting missiles towards Japan. We've got China having boats that are going into Japanese waters. A lot of different things that are going on, lots of drama. I have not had a chance to dive into any of that to find out what all of the true facts are, so I do apologize. Take what I just said with a grain of salt because I don't know all of the specific details behind all of that. These are just some things that I happened to see in the news briefly as I was scanning through, so if you guys have any more details on that, please share down below. So a lot of this I think is FUD, but I always take a little news like this as a little concerning thing of take a step back and really dive into it, and I will dive into it later, but again, if you guys have more information, please share down below. So none of that was FUD, just things that I had seen, so definitely do your own due diligence and dig into that yourself to find out what is really going on. And now on a Tesla specific level, we do have FSD 10.69.2.4 that just came out and released to everyone. Sounds like it was just a bunch of bug fixes, but we do have 10.69.3, which is a big release that just came out to employees, and it sounds like it is starting to go out to a little bit of a wider release as well. So Rob Maurer did a great job breaking down all of the bullet points on that. You can check out his channel over on Tesla Daily. I am going to be looking to have Rob on here. I know he's very busy, so I can't make any promises, but I will be reaching out to him to see if I can have him on the channel. So what it sounds like from 10.69.3 is this is going to be a pretty big release that is coming out. So Rob broke it all down. It looks like a lot of great information coming out of that. Looks like a lot of great improvements. So we'll see how this can transcend forward. And again, I think this is going to be the next precursor that we're going to see to the wide release of beta worldwide. So we'll see that coming very soon, and I think once they release this and they see how it did, they're going to be able to be comfortable with releasing it on a worldwide basis. And one thing that Rob did break down, and we were discussing it on last night's video about the mass production of the Cybertruck, where mass production and volume production mean pretty much the same thing, and he broke it down saying that in Tesla's terms it usually means about 5,000 vehicles per week for production. So again, by the end of next year, if we are seeing 5,000 Cybertrucks per week coming out, those are going to be insane numbers. Tesla Karav came out and he was predicting that we would be seeing, based upon his forecasts, about 10,000 Cybertrucks coming out in Q4. So that would be 2 weeks worth based upon mass production. So if we do end up getting to Q4 and we see 5,000 per week, even if it's in like the last month, maybe the last couple of weeks, very similar to what we're seeing right now with Berlin and Austin, if we can see the Cybertruck ramp the same as those two did, I think it's going to be a very successful year for the Cybertruck, and I'd be excited to see that. So we know that Berlin and Austin both started ramping sometime around the March timeframe of this year, and both of them right now have exceeded 2,000 vehicles per week, and they're looking to get to 5,000 by the end of the year. So if the Cybertruck is going to be ramping the same way, and they start production, even if it's a couple months later, they may end up getting to that 2,000 to 3,000 vehicle per week production rate by the end of the year. So personally, I think that is going to be a great goal to shoot for, and if we get to that, I'll be extremely happy. So now when we get to the stock price itself, yesterday we had created a gap at 227.38 that did fill by the end of the day. So there is no gap that was created yesterday, so that was done and filled. We still do have those gaps way down below us right now at 187 and 137. And above us, we did fill that gap at 235, so the next gap above here is going to be 265. Now again, we were looking at the inverse head and shoulders pattern. If we do end up continuing that and we get a rally out of today's Fed meeting, then we are most likely going to be seeing that 265 get filled probably by the end of the week or next week. No guarantees, of course, patterns can change all the time, but based upon what we have seen so far, if we do end up continuing this trend, that could be what plays out. And now switching gears just a little bit over to Twitter, I did end up signing up for Twitter Blue. It sounds like they're going to have a lot of good things over on that platform that are going to build up, and I've never paid for social media before, but for something to help build the channel content and grow my audience, I decided I'm going to go ahead and do that. Looking at where Elon seems to be wanting to take Twitter as a platform, I want to be a part of that as well. I'm definitely not leaving here, so don't worry about that, but hopefully we can combine the two together and grow this even faster, because that to me is just going to be putting out there more truth. And when it comes to Twitter, we know a lot of us who are over there already, there's a lot of FUD that is out there, a lot of misinterpretations, a lot of miscommunication. It's just a lot of things that are not out there properly. So if we can go over there and help combat that as well on a different level than we already are, that would be huge. So I did decide to sign up for that. And you guys can let me know in the comments below if you are Twitter Blue, or it sounds like Elon is going to be charging $8 for that blue check mark. So if you guys are going to be doing that, let me know as well, just because I'm curious as to how everyone feels about that. Personally, I'm excited about it just because I want to see this freedom come out properly, and I have no problems being a part of that movement, just like I want to be part of the movement of Tesla changing the world over to renewable energy. So I want to be a part of this, and I want to have a community over there as well, just like we have over here, and kind of mesh everything together. If you guys are not over on Twitter, there is an outstanding Tesla community over there. I know many of you are over there already, so to be able to blend the two together would be even better. And now when it comes to Twitter and how it's going to affect Tesla, it looks like ARK Ventures have invested in Twitter itself. So we're looking at a lot of these different investment firms and companies coming in to invest in Twitter. So now, of course, we still have that question of, does Elon have to sell more shares? At this point, it doesn't seem like he did, unless he ended up getting a bridge loan that would extend things out so that he could sell later on down the road. But as of right now, it looks like everything is all set and secure over there. And we see that ARK is one of the investors as well. So we know that Ross Gerber is one of the investors. We know that ARK is one of the investors over there. So it looks like they may have this all solidified. So Elon probably does not have to sell any more shares if that question was still out there and lingering. And so another one of the questions that's coming out of this is the fact that Elon took some of the engineers from Tesla and brought them over to Twitter. And people are thinking, well, you're taking from Tesla, which is what we are all investing in, and bringing it over there. You've got to remember that there are engineers that jump back and forth between SpaceX and Tesla all the time. This is kind of a regular occurrence that happens with them. And there was one of the employees over there who was explaining how it all goes and says, this is kind of seamless. It happens regularly when there's somebody says, hey, we need some help over here at SpaceX. People from Tesla go over there without question. They go over, they help them. And it goes the other way around as well. When Tesla needs some help with some things, engineers from SpaceX will just jump right over there. Twitter is going to be very similar to this. Twitter is now the next one of Elon's companies, and they're going to seamlessly jump around between the two. This is actually good for all of them because they can use their expertise in one area that can help them learn to be able to help them in Tesla or SpaceX or vice versa, and they can go back and forth. And the employee actually had a couple of tweets out there saying that a lot of this is just FUD that is brought up by CNBC. They come out there because they need to make something of what is nothing. He said it really is a nothing burger. They shift around all the time. There's a lot of internal things that make it a lot more complicated because, Tesla is a publicly traded company, SpaceX and Twitter are privately traded companies, so the moving around on an internal basis is a little bit more difficult. But when it comes to the actual engineers and the work that they do, there is no change whatsoever. They are doing these things and then they're going to shift. And again, what people learn over at Twitter, they might be able to be like, ooh, that actually could work well over at Tesla and make Tesla even better. So being able to move these engineers from one company to another is actually going to be a net benefit to all of the companies together. So this is something positive in my eyes, and you guys can let me know in the comments below what you think about all the engineers that are shifting from one company to another and how Elon had taken some Tesla employees and brought them over to Twitter. So let me know in the comments below, what do you think is going to happen today? What are your guesses? What do you think the Fed is going to do for interest rate hikes? Do you think they're going to do a 50 basis point or a 75 basis point or something entirely different? And how do you think the market is going to react to that? Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate all of your support and feedback. If you have not subscribed, please do so down below. Sign yourself up for notifications. If you found any value in this video, please consider sharing it with others. We do have a Discord chat. That link is down in the description. Again, I am over on Twitter at OracleTim1. I share all the latest Tesla news, pertinent stock market information, and all of my daily trades. And if you'd like to support the channel any further, we do have a membership program and a Patreon. Those links are down in the description. I share over there all of my price targets, my production and delivery forecasts, my valuation model, and all of my income, investments, and expenses to show you guys how I spend my money when it comes to investing. Thank you so much. Have a great one.